What about here in Lowell?
Don't wanna be an American idiot.
The Lowell public school system educates 16,000 students in 28 different public school sites. The No Child Left Behind Act contains a wealth of information, the document itself being over 2 inches thick.
And just the paperwork trail. It's an enormous amount of paperwork that must be documented. Everything from test scores, there are all different types of assessments that are done throughout the year on students.
It's difficult to imagine managing and keeping track of all this information. One way of staying organized are the MCAS, which measures the students, and the school report cards, which measures the schools. Paul Francona, a teacher at Lowell High School, says,
I mean, they are very careful about things like the report card for the school system that was recently distributed. With the envelopes and the explanations and, the ratings of the teachers and statistics involving the school.
Both the MCAS and school report card information is updated each year and is available both online and at the superintendent office downtown. There is an additional benefit for Lowell residents.
Lowell is a school district of choice. We have a central enrollment office, and the city is broken into zones. And you can pick any school within your zone, and you pick your top 3 choices. For an example, if you choose a school and your child attends that school and you do not meet the requirements of No Child Left Behind, you now have an additional option of transferring your student out of that school to any school enrolled that does meet the requirements.
To further assist the process, every school has an assigned parent center or parent place. There are numerous booklets and fact sheets available in several different languages. Title I also makes provision for a parent-teacher liaison, which is a contact person between school and home, available for conference during school hours. Parent-teacher liaison Cindy McAndrews at the Bartlett Community Partnership School has a huge center with lots of materials, but very few visitors. She says that the resources and tutoring opportunities are available.
I'm very fortunate here. I have a huge parent center. This room is fabulous. And this is the parents' room. They can come here for anything. This is where we hold our meetings. This is where we'll have workshops. And I leave a display out of all of the resources that are available. Booklets explaining in further detail the different components of No Child Left Behind, as well as the various federal title acts that provide assistance to Lowell. This year, the district has moved to a new form of translation. Rather than a stamp that we used to say, this is an important notice, please have it translated. We now use verbal translations through our Parent Information Center. And there's a stamp that goes on the bottom, and parents can call downtown and they can receive a verbal translation in Khmer, Spanish, or Portuguese.
The No Child Left Behind Act has empowered parents, but there remains a need for action.
And everybody needs a little pressure to work in that direction.
On an academic level for parent involvement, I would have to say I probably have not seen an increase. I'm not quite sure if it's because they don't want to or they're just not able to.
The No Child Left Behind Act is not perfect, and it remains a work in progress. But for all the information and resources available, it takes the parents' interest and involvement to ensure that their child isn't left behind.
I'm not a part of a redneck agenda. Now everybody to the propaganda. And sing along to the edge of paranoia.
What's cooking in Mill City?
What's cooking in Mill City?
With gas prices soaring to $3 a gallon with no sign of a decline,
just how much are you spending at the pump?
$45.
About 50 bucks. $60 to $80 a week. This truck?
Yeah.
2 times a week. $25 to $30.
So does this hit to your wallet make you consider public transportation and its connection to sustainability?
No. Nope, absolutely not.
As unpopular as public transportation may seem, it does offer great benefits, such as saving more than 855 million gallons of gas per year. For students here at UMass Lowell, public transportation saves them time, money, and aggravation. But are students really aware of what UMass Lowell is offering?
Shuttle bus service that we run during the day inter-campus between north, south, and east. And it's a day service that begins at 7:15 in the morning until 6 p.m. Those are the white buses that you see with the logo that says UMass Lowell.
With all the public transportation possibilities that UMass Lowell has, the real question is, are students utilizing these facilities?
We have an average of about 1,000 students a month that use the bus, which is excellent.
Even though the number of riders are steadily increasing, Marie Gain has an overall message to the students and faculty here at UMass Lowell.
For all of you who may be watching, take the shuttle.
UMass Lowell is working with the Lowell Regional Transit Authority to improve the connections and expand multiple routes in the city while also providing more frequent shuttle buses from the station to either campus. When meeting with John Whitaker and Bob Eady of the LRTA, we learned that most students are unaware their shuttle buses provide free services when showing your student ID, and monthly passes can be bought here at UMass Lowell. Lowell, a city historically known for its continuous efforts in bettering its public transportation systems, has recently finished its latest project, the Robert B. Kennedy Bus Transfer Center at the LRTA. The new Kennedy Bus Terminal is located directly across from the Charles A. Gallagher Transportation Terminal for the commuter rail. This new bus terminal offers easier access for those using multiple means of transportation. With all these advances in public transportation at UML and the Lowell area, what can be done at the state level to get more people to take advantage of our train and subway systems?
Nationally, when it comes to federal dollars, about 90 to 95% of what we spend is highways and airports. About 5% is urban transit, and 2% goes into our national rail passenger system.
If Americans used public transportation at the same rate as Europeans for roughly 10% of their daily travel needs, the U.S. would reduce its dependence on imported oil by 40% yearly. But will government aid really change the way Americans view public transportation? Michael Dukakis, former governor and strong transit advocate, shared some final thoughts on ways to gain riders.
Cleaning it up, managing it well, marketing it effectively, making sure that it's safe and efficient is an important part of this. The better your public transportation system, the more people are going to ride it. The more people who ride it, the fewer people are going to have to get into cars.
Ultimately, if it weren't for public transportation, there would be thousands more cars on the road. You would spend hours more driving in or out of the city because congestion would be far worse than it already is. So even if you don't ride public transit, you still use it and it is still working for you.
Here in my car, I feel safest of all. I can lock all my doors, and it's the only way I live in cars.